really thought our defense was going to fall off the map.
But we got that big boy. What's his name? The defensive lineman that kept knocking the ball down.
Oh, Crawford.
Man,
yeah, I know. He
dude
came out
is
of
a
nowhere.
Freak of nature right there,
I know.
man. That dude. They definitely need to keep him.
Oh yeah, they just need help. Add a couple pass rushers that helps the secondary out. You know, so it's just those pass rushers are so hard to find. But the one thing I like about this draft, it's very deep for defense this year, especially in the secondary and the defensive line.
Yeah.
As far as I don't like the fact that Cowboys re-signed Terrence Williams. I didn't like that move too much.
Wait, he's with the Cowboys again?
Yeah, they re-signed him.
Why?
The wide receiver, the number 2 guy.
Why?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. He never proved anything to me, especially when Des Bryant went down. That was his opportunity to step up. And he shrank away from the situation.
And I think his downfall is more mental than physical. Like he has the physical aspects, but he kind of he takes himself out of the game with just bonehead moves with the whole getting out of bounds. It just.
And I'm not sold on Cole Beasley either.
Oh, I'm sold on Bees, baby. We need that little fast white boy down there, man. We need that little.
He's like a poor man's Wes Welker.
But he has heart, and he can take a hit. He has.
That's what worries me, man. He's taking too many.
But he holds on to the ball. It's like he has an actual handle on it. Like that's Prescott's. That's his go-to guy.
Yeah, and we did extend Jason Witten 3 more years.
Yeah, Witten is like the Moses of the NFL.
That puts him in a Cowboys uniform till he's 38.
Isn't that something, man? But he's still putting out. He's not as fast as he used to be, and we got a couple of good backups.
It was funny to me. He was drafted a year before Romo.
I know, right? Isn't that something? Yeah, but he didn't have to take those hits that Romo was taking. Man.
That's true.
But yeah, everybody's giving Romo a hard time, though.
Yeah, I'm not. I think it's a great move.
I think it's a great move. Yeah. I think it's very honorable. I think he really evaluated everything, and it was a smart way to go out. Because you can look at people like Joe Montana, you can look at Joe Namath. These guys, were the faces of their franchises, the Jets, the 49ers. And for them to end their careers, even if they did well, because Joe Montana did pretty well at the Chiefs, you know what I mean? But it still wasn't, the flair was gone a little bit, you know what I mean? He should have retired with that, with that 49er emblem on his chest, and that should have been it. He should have walked off into the sunset. Joe Namath should have been the same way. So Romo season, and he has nothing else to prove. Yeah, people can say, well, you never won a Super Bowl, but he's broken records.
Neither did Dan Marino.
Right, exactly. You know what I mean? So you just say, you know what, I can still walk a little bit. My back hurts a little bit, but if I go another season, there's a possibility that I can really damage myself, and I have to live after football. Yeah. And all these fans who chant my name when I can't walk and when I'm sitting in the corner at home by myself, they're not coming by. They're not dropping. You know what I mean? After a while, it fades. And you're a distant memory. And you're on that, where are they now?
Yep.
So you got stuff. You got a family to take care of. You got a life to live. Make money.
Exactly. And that's the way I look at it. First of all, CBS offered him more money than the Texans would ever offer him.
Right.
Number 2, he gets to replace a former Giant.
Yes, because everybody hates Phil Simms.
Everybody hates Phil Simms. And number 3, they're going to let him cover the golf coverage, too. And he loves
he's
golf.
a golfer.
Yeah, so not only is he going to do football, but they're going to let him do golf, too.
Man, sometimes you got to...
Got the perfect job.
You got to do things that might not look good to other people, but it's perfect for you. You have to always live your life. You know what you want to deal with. You know what you can deal with. And you just can't... You can't satisfy everyone else, because it doesn't. In the end, they're not going to be there when you really need them.
That's right.
So
awesome. All right, we're going to take our first break. We'll come back with comedian Shaun Jones on 1070 NBC Sports. Welcome back to the Larry Timko Show on 1070 NBC Sports, broadcasting live from our Harbor Nissan studios. Comedian Shaun Jones in studio with me, performing at Vasani's all weekend long. For tickets, just call 629-9191 or log on to Vasani.net. I believe there's just about sold out tonight, and there's a couple of seats left for tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel good.
Yeah.
Bonus!
Well,
Eric.
What's awesome about you, Shaun, is you don't usually bring an opener.
No, I do the whole show.
You do the whole show.
Yeah, hour and 15.
I know, because I owe Eric like 10 minutes, and he's like, you need to come up this week. I lost that bet.
Really?
And it's been a year, and I still haven't paid up.
That's funny.
Lightning and Penguins. Penguins eliminated us
Hilarious, man. Yeah,
that's awesome.
That's
Is
cool.
it tough, like, coming out with no opener?
Not at all. I'm long-winded,
long-winded.
But the thing is, I have to be honest, like, this is one of the harder places. Like, if I'm, it's an older crowd, and they're a little bit more reserved. You know what I mean? So you feel as though you have to work a little bit harder to get them to be entertained, but I've learned how to adjust to them. I slow down a little bit more, and I'm more interactive with them, and I'm still, believe it or not, 20, I'm in my 24th year.
Wow.
And I'm still learning. Really? You know what I mean? Yeah, you have to continue to learn. So I'm learning. All the years that I've been coming here, I've learned how to appeal to the crowd. That's why we had such a successful Wednesday night. And last night was just as good. And I'm hoping that tonight and tomorrow night will be just as good as well. But you know what I mean? It's just like, so for me, I embrace it. It's really cool. So, it's a test for me, but man, I can go all night. I can go all night. Like the first night, Wednesday night, I was like, when they gave me the light, I was like, dude, I still got another 20 minutes of stuff that I haven't even gotten to that I wanted to talk about. So, but it was cool.
Yeah.
It's better to have too much left and not have anything left to say, oh, give it up for being alive. Give it up for the food. Give it up for the building. Now that 10, 15 minutes of
Make sure
clapping.
to tip your servers.
Right, exactly. I can't do that. If you're proud to be black, clap your hands. They won't work here, I don't think. So, but yeah, it's a cool place, man. It's cool. The crowds have been really cool.
Was comedy something you always wanted to get into, or sports?
Not at all. I wanted to play football. Yeah. I always wanted to be a football player. I lived football when I was a little boy. I used to go to the store every day and buy the Topps football cards.
That's awesome.
I had thousands of cards, and when we moved, my father threw all that stuff away.
Oh, no way.
Someone is rich right now. Because I had everybody from O.J. Simpson on.
Oh, my God.
I did, man. I'd have been kind of well off by now had I had those football cards.
I was the same way with baseball cards.
Yeah. So, but I was in corporate America, living a dream of moving up the corporate ladder, and that didn't pan out. Didn't want.
Really, I can't picture you in a suit and tie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's the way I used to dress on stage. I used to wear a suit and tie. I never went on stage without a suit
really?
and tie. Yeah.
Wow.
I gave that up a little bit. Try to get a little younger, hip look.
I was gonna say my YouTube footage of you is a little bit more up to date.
Yeah, I know, right? Exactly. I don't look like I came to audit the place. But it just happened, man. It just truly happened. Like, I don't know. They always say, God has a plan. Yeah. So I guess he did, and I walked out of corporate America in this 24 years, man.
And you're based out of Charlotte.
Charleston.
Oh, Charleston.
Yes.
Oh, Charleston.
Yes, I'm in Charleston, South Carolina.
Oh, I love Charleston. They ever fix that bridge?
Which one?
That little tiny bridge. It was like a 2-lane bridge, and every time I would drive over it, it felt like the oncoming traffic was going to scrape up against me.
Dude, that bridge, that is the bridge where they have the bridge run now.
Is it? It's called the Bridge of Death.
That bridge is gone, but the bridge that's there is one of the most beautiful bridges in the country.
Okay.
Like, they just had the big the bridge run this weekend. A big marathon.
It's been years since I've been to Charleston.
It's the I can't even remember the name, but it leads to Mount Pleasant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's they have a walk trail. Like, there's a gas station at the foot of it. My wife and I, we went over there the other day. We were looking for furniture. We went to Mount Pleasant. There's a gas station. I know this gas is like, we didn't sign up for this. There's a gas station, like a BP. Mm-hmm. It's full of cars. And you're like, man, this gas station is packed. But everybody parks their car and they walk the bridge. And it's like, this dude has no room for his customers because there's tons of cars in his parking lot. And people walk this bridge. And they're strollers, joggers. And this bridge is massive.
Yeah, okay.
Because
you guys used to have this little dinky bridge.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And I felt like if I had a Delta 88, I would hit oncoming traffic.
Yes, I know exactly. Because it was like, if you made the wrong turn, you wind up on that bridge versus the bigger one. Yeah. That's what it was. Yeah, that was the same. Man, you got to go down there. That bridge is beautiful.
It's been years since I've been to Charleston, but I loved that town when I was there.
And I have a phobia of bridges, but I love going across this bridge. Like, it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. Yeah, Charleston is growing on me. I'm Jersey boy. Lived in Los Angeles.
That's just going to ask you about the difference between the West Coast and the East Coast.
West Coast living is different, and people say how. It just can't explain it. It's just the atmosphere, the mood is so much different. I'm an East Coast.
Well, it's Hollywood out there, right?
Yeah,
everybody's trying to.
Everybody has a schedule.
Yeah,
it's like, man, let's do stuff.
An agenda.
Right, exactly. So, but and I lived in Atlanta for a very long time, and I lived in
Oh man, what do you think about 285 collapsing?
Did you see that, man?
I used to be on that road every day coming home from work.
I used to go there. I used to get my headshots right underneath that darn thing, man. Right there by the bowling alley, and it was Fox. One of the television stations are right there because I filmed the television show right there. But yeah, that's crazy, man. That's truly crazy.
Yep. Because I used to live in Marietta, so I used to take 285 to 75 off that thing.
Yes. I lived everywhere in Atlanta. I lived in Lawrenceville. I lived in Lithonia. I lived in Stone Mountain. I lived in Buckhead.
Oh, I used to party in Buckhead all the time.
Everybody partied in Buckhead.
Little 5 Points.
Little 5 Points. Yeah.
That's more my scene.
It's the spot now, man.
Is it? God, it's been years since I've been to Atlanta.
You got to get back there, bro.
I know. I still got friends there, and they keep saying, when are you going to come back? And I'm like, never.
Right.
It's Atlanta. I hate Atlanta.
I do hate hate it now. I loved Atlanta so much at one point, but now
it was the traffic. I just couldn't deal with the traffic. I was a road rageaholic every single day.
I am too. Yeah. From Jersey, I lived in Los Angeles and I lived in Atlanta, so I know road rage. Yeah. I know.
And it used to piss me off because Publix. I'm 2 miles away from Publix, and it take me an hour to get there.
I can see what I want on the shelf from this traffic,
and I can't get to it.
Man, I know exactly what you're talking about, but I don't like Atlanta because they're like the Hollywood of the South now. And everybody's starting to take on that persona as, like you can't go to the grocery store. Like women don't go to the grocery store just like in jogging pants and a t-shirt.
That was my problem. It was very business. Everybody has a suit and tie, very snooty. That's the way I felt about it.
Now it's Hollywood. Like you go to the gym and all the strippers and all the actors and the actresses, and you got these girls walking around with these little outfits on and makeup at a gym. Come on, dude. Like, I love everything about a woman. I can look at a woman all day long, but at a gym, you got on the whole face of makeup. You just stop at the daggone Mac counter at Macy's to get your makeup done to come to the gym. Come on now.
See, I used to live at Turner Field. For $5, you can get a seat.
Right.
And then once you're inside, after the third inning, they let you sit wherever you want because that was back in the TBS days, and they wanted it to look like a full stadium, so they let you come sit as close as you can to the field, which is great. Because that $5 seat would put you up in the Coke bottle area. Remember that?
Right, yeah, and the Coke bottle.
Yeah, and then after the third or fourth inning, go sit wherever you want.
Right, that's funny.
So I used to practically live at Turner Field.
Well, now they got that new field. I want to know how that's going to look.
In Marietta, too.
Yeah.
I don't know
how
that's
I could have been there if I still lived
I'm glad I don't, because my taxes would have went up.
True. And then they build the Falcons, right next door. It's like,
the thing is, I love Turner Field. It was one of my favorite stadiums. It was such a beautiful field.
And
the fact that they're going to implode it, I was like, are you kidding me? I would rather have you take it piece by piece and ship it to Tampa, where we could use a new stadium.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
All right, let's take our bottom of the hour break. We'll come back and, I don't know, we'll talk about something.
Hey, I'm here.
On 1070 NBC Sports, it's Shaun Jones. Welcome back to the Larry Timko Show on 1070 NBC Sports, broadcasted live from our Harbor Nissan studios with comedian Shaun Jones in studio with me. Shaun, of course, a big Cowboys fan. That's why I like him so much.
That's right. Got my hat on. We went to the
El Romas. Get out of here with your Giants.
I know, right? We went to the Lions game. We flew out there the day after Christmas for the Lions Cowboy game at the stadium. And friends, me and Tony Tone, we're diehard Cowboys, and our other two friends, Tony Roberts and Big Sean, they're a big Detroit Lions fan because they're both from Detroit. In the first half, they're giving us the business. But by the second half, you go to my Instagram, you can see the looks on their face. It was so great because we sat in the end zone where all the families are and stuff, the Cowboy family, and it was just like great time, man. That was
nice. Good stuff. Adrian Peterson left New England without a contract, which I'm shocked by.
Wait, Adrian Peterson? What?
He visited New England,
right,
and left without a contract.
Right.
He went to Seattle. Left without a contract. They ended up signing Eddie Lacy up in Seattle.
Yeah, they were talking about that for a while.
Anyway, well, now he's in New Orleans for Monday and Tuesday. He's got a 2-day visit scheduled with the New Orleans Saints. I don't think he leaves New Orleans without a contract.
I don't think so either. I mean, he has a greater opportunity to being the man there because they're in the rebuilding stage.
How do you say no to Adrian Peterson? This guy is I'm sorry, this guy's Superman in my opinion.
Well, they probably just think that he's on a downward spiral.
You don't doubt Adrian Peterson.
Right, you don't.
No way.
You see what happened when you doubt Adrian Peterson? He whips you with a switch.
And then runs for 2,000 yards.
Let me tell you something. That whole switch thing, like him abusing this child, that is a black household.
That's the way he was raised.
Right. It's no child abuse.
My mom used to beat me with a shoe.
Right. Anything you can grab. God forbid if you have siblings. You're going to get beat with them. But, Adrian, man, I don't know. I really was hoping a couple of years ago that he was going to come to the Cowboys, but they would not release him. They would not let him go. But, like you said, I just, I don't want to see him in a Saints uniform, but I think for him it might be a good fit.
I was hoping he would stay in the AFC, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't want to mess with Adrian Peterson.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know what the general managers out there are thinking. How can you doubt Adrian Peterson? This guy has a track record where he will go above and beyond the Call of Duty for your team.
And if you see this dude in person, he's 0% body fat.
Did you see him working out with Jameis Winston? Oh my goodness!
I won't look at him.
He's chiseled.
Yeah, I used to have a comedy night in Minneapolis. So So this dude has 0% body fat. You know, I don't care how manly you are. Like, I'm a man's man. But when I said, like, oh, look at Adrian, he's so chiseled. He's so chiseled.
Got a little man crush developing.
Can we take a selfie, Adrian?
No. But when I saw Adrian Peterson with his shirt off working out with Jameis Winston, I looked at him, I was like, this guy could play a superhero in a movie.
Right. You got a man crush that day, didn't you?
I did.
That's your screensaver now, the Adrian with no shirt?
But with a Dallas Cowboy uniform.